Guys, welcome back to Tasty Tailgating presented by Pepsi. Today, we're making chicken wild rice soup. Let's get cooking. All right guys, chicken wild rice soup, one of my favorite things to eat in the cold winter time. Very easy to make. All we're gonna do is I have some chicken thighs here, a good amount. I'm going a little heavy on the chicken because I want it to be full of chicken in every bite. My biggest pet peeve is when you don't have enough meat in your soup. And then I have celery, your basic mirepoix for any soup base, carrot, celery, an onion, some mushrooms here. This is optional if you don't like mushrooms, leave them out. And then some garlic, and of course, some wild rice. Now, growing up in Minnesota, there's plenty of wild rice, so I've used to eating this all the time. It's like a great childhood comfort food of mine. Make sure you get wild rice, though. Don't get confused. There's purple rice, there's black rice. Don't get that. You're gonna actually need to get wild rice and then just rinse it off and drain it, and then you'll be ready to go. There's a cup of wild rice here. Anytime you're cooking with the rice, it always expands, so you're gonna see that and go, oh, it doesn't look like a lot of rice. It puffs up, it gets bigger. A cup will go pretty far. So, to get started, we're just gonna dice up our onion, our carrots, and our celery. Now I'm gonna be using a pressure cooker for this recipe, just for the sake of ease and speed. I'm gonna start it in a regular pan just so you guys can see it. The pressure cooker is kind of high, it's hard to see into it. But you can do all of this in the pressure cooker, one pot recipe, super easy. And then with the pressure cooker, we cut the time in half. So it's gonna take about 30 minutes total of cooking, which is great. So whenever you're using onions, carrots, and celery, it's called a mirepoix. It's very common. Anytime you're gonna make soups or stews, a lot of sauces, your base is always onions, carrots, and celery. Perfect. We're gonna save the garlic and the mushrooms. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get a pan, medium-high heat, about 2 tablespoons of butter, and those onions, carrots, celery can go in. We'll start to sweat. We're not trying to get a lot of color on these. We just want to cook them until they're translucent. It's about 3 to 5 minutes. Salt goes in. Give that a stir. While that's getting started, we'll go ahead, slice up our garlic and our mushrooms. Garlic, I'm just gonna do a thin slice. It's about 6 cloves of garlic. I like it pretty garlic heavy, but that's up to you. And we're just waiting to put the garlic in because if we put it in now, it's gonna burn. So we're gonna give that a little head start and then add the garlic and the mushrooms. I'm just gonna give this a rough mince. And then for the mushrooms, what you wanna do is, mushrooms they're all gonna have dirt on them, but you don't wanna soak them underwater because then they're just gonna absorb and get super puffed up. So just get a clean towel and rub your mushrooms clean, get all the dirt off them. Okay, and then mushrooms, I'm just gonna slice, leave the stems on, perfectly fine. I have some baby bella mushrooms here, and some chanterelles here, some beautiful mushrooms. Use whatever kind you want though, anything will work. Okay, mushrooms can go in. And then all this garlic too goes in, perfect. Now you're gonna want a little bit of extra butter in here. There should look like there's a little too much because we're gonna be adding flour next to this to build up our roux to thicken this entire soup. So you want that extra flour in there so there's fat for that flour to cook in with. Looking great. This is a perfect winter dish, right? When it's cold out, a warm bowl of chicken wild rice soup, nothing better than that. Okay, that's all kind of cooked down and softened up. I'm gonna go in with I have some dried rosemary and a little dried sage. That's gonna go in. And then I have a little bit of cayenne pepper, just for a tiny kick. You don't want this to be spicy, but this will just add a little bit of notes on the back. It's gonna come a little bit delayed. You're gonna have a little bit of heat on the back of the tongue, but it's not gonna blow you away. You don't want it to be overpowering. That'll ruin the soup. Just a little cayenne pepper. Okay, we're looking great. I'm gonna go in with our flour now. It's about 1/4 cup of flour, give or take. Now, if you want to make this gluten-free, at the end, instead of using flour now, you can make what's called the slurry, which is just equal parts cornstarch and cold water. Stir that together and then add it to the end, and that'll thicken your soup as well. Or if you want to keep it thin, you don't even need to add a flour or a slurry. It can be more of a thin soup, but this is really supposed to be kind of thick and hearty. So the flour or the cornstarch at the end is how you're going to achieve that. So let this flour kind of cook into that butter now, 2 or 3 minutes, and we'll move on. Now we'll start adding in our chicken broth here, and you'll see right away everything starts to get really thick. That's perfect. That's gonna be our base. Now, this is where I'm gonna switch over to the pressure cooker. You can do it this way. It's completely fine if you don't have a pressure cooker. It's gonna take longer though, because our wild rice is gonna take a while to cook. So in the pressure cooker, the benefits of that is the rice just, you don't have to worry about it. If you're doing the traditional way, I would have put the rice in earlier and start slowly like letting it bloom a little bit, letting it toast with the vegetables, with the onions and the carrots and the celery, and then slowly that rice cooks, and then you add the stock in and you leave it for longer on a low simmer to really let that rice cook. The pressure cooker just takes that time away. So see how thick this is and clumpy? Totally fine, we're adding a lot more stock to it. I'm gonna switch into this guy here. Wish you guys could smell this. This is something else. And then our wild rice, that goes right in. The rest of that chicken broth. And I have some chicken thighs here. I'm gonna go in with, you can use chicken breast too. It's about 2 large chicken breasts. Thighs are a little smaller, so I'm gonna go in with, I don't know. That's about right. You know what? Put one more in there, who cares? We're going on high pressure for 35 minutes. That's all it's gonna take. All right, so it's been just over 35 minutes. The pressure started to release. We're gonna get the rest of it all out. And it smells, this is again, you get the smells all in the kitchen when you release the pressure on the cooker. All right, and here's what we're left with. A beautiful chicken wild rice soup. And the chicken's just gonna fall right apart. Sometimes I take it out to shred it, which you can do, but this chicken is so tender that it's just, look at that. You don't even need 2 forks. Look how that shreds. Oh my God, this is gonna be amazing. Look at that. Here's our beautiful. All that rice, nice, perfectly cooked. Still very thick. Go back in with all that chicken. Now we finish. Just a little bit of heavy cream. Oh my God. Now I salted a little bit at the beginning, but when you're ever making soups, kind of wait till the end to salt it because the stock probably has some salt in it. So you really want to let it cook and then season at the end. So I'll give this a taste. Everything is spot on. Look at that. Oh my God. That cayenne pepper, you get a little bit of heat right at the end, but nothing blowing you. We're not blowing your socks off. Salt. Good amount of black pepper too. And here I got a nice little piece of some crusty sourdough bread. Should be perfect for this. And we'll just pile this up nice and high, get some of everything in there. A little bit of that toasted bread in there, just a slice, and there you go. We have Jersey Jerry in the kitchen. He's gonna come taste this out. You ever had chicken wild rice? You ever wild rice? Oh, first timer right here.
It's incredible.
But I grew up, this is like a Minnesota staple if you're a kid and it's a cold weather. It's a good, it warms you right up. And I'm gonna crack, you know what? A little Pepsi Zero Sugar here. Every crave-worthy bite tastes better with Pepsi. There's one for you, one for me. I'm gonna have a bite with you here because this stuff, it's just too good to pass up on. You tell me what you think. Right? It warms the soul.
So good.
That one warms the soul.
I like it. I like how it's not like too thick, you know?
Yeah, it's right in between.
Oh, that's good. Very good.
Guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of Tasty Tailgating. We'll see you next time. Jerry, thanks for coming by.
Yeah.
Peace.